How are we doing, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video I'm going to be touching on my daily activities, and that has definitely drastically changed since the last patch with the introduction of Caphras and life skill mastery. That's opened up a lot more avenues for us to be able to produce silver in the game in different formats other than just grinding. And for people that already do life skilling, that's really boosted their income, which is definitely a refreshing thing for them and a needed mechanic in BDO. Another thing that's heavily influencing my day-to-day activity is the fact that in their last stream they mentioned that they're going to be bringing in changes to the Imperial handing system that PC currently has but console doesn't. Now, I'm not going to be going in depth with all the topics I'm talking about today because I don't want this to be a long video. However, what I am going to do for you guys is down below in a pinned comment and in the description, I'm going to be linking videos on a bunch of different things that you might find useful if you have questions. So for example, if you're like, hey, you want to do Guru hand-in boxes, what is Imperial hand-ins? There'll be a video on that. And then you watch that video and like, oh, okay, but I need to hit Guru cooking. I don't know how to level up my cooking. I'll have a video for that. When I'm saying like, oh, I'm gathering these resources, and you're like, okay, but I want to see the most efficient rotation of how to gather those resources, I'll have a video linked on that. Content creators have already done all the work for this in the past, and that's their work that I've used to learn from to be able to do what I do. And I'm not just going to make a copy and paste of their videos. I'm just going to direct you guys to people that have already done it and have more experience and information about it than I do, and might be able to help you more than I can. So before I go over my daily routine, I'm using BDODAE.com to figure out the stuff that I need to use my energy on. Because when I wake up in the morning, my character's got full energy, and one of the first things I'm going to do is go use all that energy to do some gathering. So to find out what I need to use that energy on, I come over to this amazing website here, which will be linked in the description down below, and I figure out what goes into Valencia meals, because this is what I'm personally cooking to get to Guru cooking and to be able to use to hand in for Guru crates. So if you come down here, it requires 5 different items that also require other cooking ingredients. So the very first one here is couscous. So if you open up the couscous, we can see that we're going to need the snake stew, which requires snake meat. So one of the things that we're going to be using our energy on for gathering is snake meat. Now, the rest of it is either stuff that you buy from a vendor or that you gather from nodes using workers. I'll be going over my worker empire at the end of this video if it's not too long, or in a separate one if it ends up being too long. So the rest of it does not require any energy consumption. The teff flour, the teff flour dough also doesn't require anything in terms of energy consumption, nor does the vegetables. I could tell you both the date palm wine and the fig pie are exactly the same. It's all stuff that you either get from a node or that you buy from a vendor, and some of it you have to process overnight. I'll be touching on what to process overnight a little bit later on. So same with the fig pie, you buy from the vendor, get it from a node, or process it overnight. No energy requirements here. King of Jungle Hamburg, however, is going to require some lion meat. So you've had snake meat over here, and now we've got lion meat over here. So that's 2 different resources that we need to spend our energy on for gathering. The rest of it is the same as date palm and fig pie. It's either from a vendor or from a worker getting it from a node. Teff sandwich is going to require a little bit more snake meat here, and it's also going to require scorpion meat. So if we come down here to scorpion meat, we're also going to gather scorpion meat and red meat. So that's now 4 things on our list of stuff to gather every day. We got snake, scorpion, lion, and red meat. So those are the 4 different things that we need to gather using our energy. What I'd recommend is just rotate. So you gather, let's say, the lion meat one day, you get a nice little batch of that. The next day, go get some red meat. And then the 3rd day, you actually get snake meat and scorpion meat from the same place. It's in the same rotation. You get both at the same time. So you can rotate like 1 day of each and then figure out how much you're using and then top up what you need after that. Now, there is a few more things here like milk, hot peppers. I think there's milk, hot peppers. There should be regular peppers and onions maybe. That's for Balanos meals actually, I think. So it's just milk and hot peppers. So the way I'm doing it is I'm getting these from my farms, which I'll show you my daily stuff that I do. I'll show you guys my farms for hot peppers. But milk, now milk, you really don't need a lot of milk for Valencia meals. It's very light in milk because you basically, I can't remember, how do you make cream? It's shaking? Yeah, so you shake milk and sugar to make cream. So one milk can make up to like four cream. So you get a lot of cream from that, but you need butter for scorpion milk, right? And then you just shake the cream with salt. So one milk can kind of turn into eight butter, but I don't know what the average proc is. It's probably around five to six. So one milk is like five to six butter. So you really don't need a lot of milk for this ingredient. So this is the way I do it. Is at the end of the night when I want to go to bed and I'm tired, I usually have a couple hundred energy on my shy, and I'll just use that energy to go gather some milk from some cows, and that's it. Because you don't need a lot of it. It's not a lot. If you have no milk, maybe do one milk session of full energy to get some milk, and then it's just end of the night. That little bit of energy you got left, around 100 or so, whatever it is, just use that to milk some cows and then go to bed. That's my advice on milk production. I wouldn't waste your farms on milk because, like I said, you don't need a lot of it. So now that that's out of the way, let's start with our daily routine. So for my daily BDO routine, the first thing I do when I log on is check my Caphra Stone pre-orders. If I've had any pre-orders filled, I'll collect the Caphra Stones, take down my pre-order, and put up another pre-order for 100 to maximize my chances of obtaining the Caphra Stones. So just before I go to do the gathering, I come tend to my farms after that. So I've got two plots for Mysteria for the hot peppers. I've got one plot for onions, one plot for peppers. So this the hot pepper is used in the Valencia meal and the Balanos meal. The magical onions and the regular peppers here, they're used just in the Balanos meals. And everything else I've got here is for wheat because I also do some alchemy. I'm not going to go too depth about my farming. I've got a link, I'll link down below a guide about farming and how you want to decide what you want to put in your farms. I've done a video on that in the past and it's very applicable even now. So I'll link that for you guys down below. If you are just making Valencia meals, I'd recommend maybe use half your plots for hot peppers and the other half pick something like a magical wheat or let's say a magical pumpkin seeds or another good one would be magical purple mushroom seeds. Any of these three you can use the other half for and you're just going to breed them. You'll sell the extra seeds to the central market after replant. No, sorry. You'll sell the extra seeds to the vendor after replanting to get some pure silver. And also because you're just breeding those, it will give you a good amount of these fruits, of these extra items, the permanent fruit, mutated plant, half-eaten seed, the unusual fruit, and the plant with rotting roots. These items, you can take two of them, go to your processing, go to simple cooking, and you plug these in. Any two, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be these two. Any combination of any two different one of these items, you can do simple cooking to turn into stone tail fodder, and then you can literally just sell that stone tail fodder for a pretty good silver income from your central market. So if we come over here, there we go. So there we go. There's a couple of mil right there. It's really, really good income. Farming is one of the best incomes in the game. So that's how I've got my farm set out. If you want more information about farms, check out the link in the description down below. But make sure you've got your hot peppers set up and a decent number of them if you want to do Valencia meals. The way I make sure I've got enough hot peppers is I use all my mysterious seeds. So these ones here, I shake them. So if you come to processing, shaking, I will shake them with my magical hot pepper seeds like this to get mysterious hot peppers from them. And I would only harvest the mysterious hot peppers, and that way I get plenty. Like each one of these gives like 350 plus hot peppers when you gather from them. But like I said, for more information, check the video down below. Next thing I do is use my energy. So, before that, Then the next thing I do is check my balance. I want to have 300 mil to be able to order another 100 Caphra stones at all times. So once I use my energy, I'm not going to do cooking today. I'm going to go do grinding. If I had the 300 mil to put another pre-order on Caphra stones down, then I wouldn't do grinding that day. I'd do cooking. So that's how I decide when I'm grinding and when I'm cooking in my non-gathering times. So then we're going to go gather because our energy is full. Before we even go to grinding, we want to use our energy first. So the very first thing is determining what is it you want to use your energy on. So remember over here, we had these different meats. So I can see that I've got a healthy amount of scorpion and snake meat. I've got a healthy amount of lion meat and a healthy amount of wolf meat. So I'm pretty good here. So whichever one you fancy at that point, whichever one you prefer, maybe it'd be wise to get some more lion's meat and scorpion and snake's meat. Would be the wiser choices. And wolf's meat, since I've got a lot of it, I wouldn't worry about that later. But since I've got a pretty good stockpile and I'm not cooking today, it doesn't matter too much what I use my energy on. Next thing I'm going to use my energy on is next. There's two more items we need to add to our list. Sorry, in terms of using energy besides those 4 meats. We want to be making these advanced cooking utensils to drastically reduce the amount of time it takes for us to hit guru cooking. So to do that, you need a level 3 tool workstation that you can make wherever you want. In any town or city, you can make these. So what we will need to craft them is polished stone, scantling, melted iron shards, and blackstone powder. These 2 items you can buy from the central market, so don't worry about it. These 2 items you're going to have to gather. So you need to gather rough stone / logs to be able to make these. You need to grind the rough stone to make polished stone. You need to chop the logs to make scantling. You can't really buy these from the central market, so you have to gather them. So now we have upgraded our list to 6 items that we need to gather and that we need to keep topped up. So 1, rough stone. 2, logs. 3, snake meat. 4, scorpion meat. 5, lion meat. And 6, wolf meat. So that is what we are spending our energy on. And as you saw, I was low on the polished stone. So today I would go spend my energy in Pilgrim's Haven to get some more rough stones. Now, I'm going to show you guys the locations where you gather them, but I'll be leaving links in the description on gathering rotations down below. The first thing I'm going to talk about is getting your logs. Don't watch any PC guides because they're going to be absolutely useless to you, because we have had a 40% reduction in the number of gatherable nodes available in the world. So if that means 40% of the trees that you walk up to gather from them is not going to give you that gathering option. So basically go wherever the hell you want and gather logs from any kind of tree that you want to gather from. It doesn't matter. One thing I will mention, if you want to be a bit more efficient, if you do make crates like I do, like I'm exclusively now making Calphion crates, check your timber supplies. I'm checking, so for Calphion crates you need cedar, fir and birch timber to craft. So I can see that my fir timber is a lot lower than my cedar and my birch. So if I was to gather logs, I'd gather in an area that's rich in fir timber. I'd use a website called somethinglovely.com to find out where to gather this item from. I'll be leaving a link down in the description below for you guys to be able to use that as well. I think fir timbers around this area here is one of the locations. I think there's a good amount of fir in ash forest as well, but I'll have to double check that resource to find out where that's going to be. Now that that's out of the way, Pilgrim's Haven is a really good spot. So for rough stone, and I'll leave a guide down below on how to get there and how to grind from there. Obviously, it's going to be a PC guide, so just ignore the click-to-move stuff that they're trying to teach you because you can't do that on console. For lion meats, you'd come up here near the Anaconda Coast, up in the Valencia region. So in between Shaka 2 and Valencia, you'll find lions up here. And to the right near Anaconda Harbor, this area, Anaconda Harbor, in this area, you'll find some more lions. I'll leave a link down below for a rotation there. Next thing I do is I come down to, well, the next item we're going to look at is going to be wolf's meat. So let's come down to Im's Cave. You'll find wolves up here and by the ancient stone chamber. I'll leave links for these 2 areas for you guys down below as well. And scorpion meat / snake meat you gather at the same time from the same place because they're right next to each other. And that's in Tashira Ruins, roughly in this area here. I'll leave a link for you guys for that area too. So these are the areas that you're going to be spending your energy. Just use your head to decide what you want to gather with what you need. Now, in terms of some byproducts that you're going to get, if you were to do log gathering, you're going to get pretty much no gems. So let me show you gems, what I mean by gems. So if you come over here, when you're gathering, you have a chance of getting these black gem fragments, which you can turn into black gems, which you can turn into concentrated magical black gems. These are really important. We'll go over that a little bit later on, but these are really, really important. So different types of gathering are going to net you different things. If you were to hit trees with an axe to get your logs, you're going to get a much higher supply of Caphra dust and Caphra stones. However, you're pretty much not going to get any black gems. If you were to do any kind of meat, so the lion meat that we talked about, the scorpion meat that we talked about, the snake meat, and the wolf's meat, these are all going to give you a really high concentration of black gems in comparison to any other type of life scaling. However, it's going to not give as many Caphras. You'll still get some Caphras, but it's not going to be as many. Next thing is for what's it called? For the Pilgrim's Haven, it's like a jack of all trades. You're going to get some Caphras, some black gems. You're not going to get as many Caphras as you would do from hitting trees. And you're not going to get as many black gems as you would from gathering meats, but it will give you a little bit of both. Now, I really want to get a lot of Caphras, but the main thing that determines how many Caphras you get is life skill mastery. So the way you can level up your life skill mastery is by buying and upgrading loggear equipment. Now, at the very beginning, what I would recommend, if you don't have any loggear at all and you've got a low level in gathering, is grab yourself magic tools from the central market. So if you come over here, type in magic, and then we're going to have to scroll all the way down. So all the different types of gathering that I mentioned, if you have low gathering level and you don't have the loggear equipment, make sure you use a magic tool. So for the trees, magic lumbering axe. For the meats, magic butchering knife. For Pilgrim's Haven, rough stone, magic pickaxe. These are three magic tools that you're going to be using if you have the low mastery. If you have low experience, like you don't have a high level in gathering, I'd recommend also grabbing yourself some silver embroidered clothes. So if you come gatherer's clothes, probably just a duo, so it's nice and cheap for you, just 23, 24 mil. If you can afford to try, go ahead and grab it. You will be selling it once you get your your loggear items. You'll be selling these, so it's just a little bit of silver loss you take from the tax. So just buy a try if you can. You get there a little bit faster. And then you would just buy base loggear accessories as well and equip that. So you'd have your duo try clothes here, along with your magic tool, along with your base loggear accessories and life spirit stone. You're probably not going to have a sharp one. So if you come down here to alchemy stones, spirit stones, life spirit stone, grab one of these or a couple of these and have this equipped for your gathering when you're gathering all these different types of items. You're not going to switch to loggear until you can get yourself to 600 mastery, is when magic tools become less efficient than loggear tools. So you're not going to switch to a loggear gather butchering knife or a loggear lumbering axe or a loggear mining pick until you hit 600 mastery on this page here. So do keep that in mind. And the way you can get there is go to your character, my info, left bumper twice, that's L1 twice, and that will show you your mastery. Make sure you've got everything equipped when you check your mastery, because if you don't have it equipped, it's not going to show you the right mastery. Now, loggear items you can buy from the vendor in Velia, but if you have a if you're tight on silver, I'd recommend just coming up to Loggear Farm. The vendor in Loggear Farm will sell everything at 500,000 silver cheaper. So everything you buy in Velia is 1.5 million silver. Everything you buy in Loggear is 1 million silver. And it's really simple. Just go to the vendor and buy it. Equip your base Loggear stuff with your magic stuff and the silver embroidered cloves with your life spirit stone. Go do your gathering and then save up all your black gems. And what you're going to do is First thing is level up log year gathering clothes with your black gems. You're going to level it up all the way to plus 15. And once it hits plus 15, you will then need to use concentrated black gems to level up from there. And the way you get these is it takes 5 of these regular black gems. You use simple alchemy with one base hard and one base sharp, and that will get you one concentrated or magical black gem. You can do 50 gems with 10 hards and 10 sharps and one blackstone powder to get a 10 proc of concentrated gems. So it's just a bit faster. Same ratio, just faster if you do it that way, if you have a lot. So once you get it to plus 15, you'll then use concentrated magical black gems. Then you're going to upgrade this to duo. And once you got your duo Logia clothes, try and get yourself try Manos gear. So upgrade the Logia butchering knife, chopping axe, and mining tool up to try. You don't need the black gems for this. This is regular weapon stones up to plus 15 and concentrated weapon stones up to try. You can even force enhance to try if you don't feel like using the stacks. I would recommend if you can push it to Tet, please do. Please do push it to Tet. It is going to help you out. But at the very beginning, if that's a bit expensive, stop at try. As you can see, I've got every single tool at Tet. But if it is expensive, stop at try and come back to it later. Literally, all it cost me to get all these tools to Tet, I used a 50 stack for every single one of them with 10 Valks in it. And I bought 2 costumes from the Central Markets at 600 mil. And that was enough Cron Stones for me to get all of these to Tet. I also force enhanced everything to try, but that can be pretty expensive. But silver wasn't an issue for me, so I took a slightly more expensive route. I just didn't feel like making a bunch of stacks at the time, so I spent my silver to save some time. So once you have try/Tet here, and you got duo here, then you want to upgrade your accessories after. So you just go buy a base accessory from the vendor, go to your enchanting menu, and you use one of the black gems to smash into the accessory. If it fails, the accessory blows up and you have to buy another one. If it succeeds to pry, that's great. Keep it at pry. Once you've got everything at pry, try and take it to duo. And then once everything is duo, you then want to come back and take your Logia clothes to try. Then once your Logia clothes is try, then you're going to come back and take all these to try, which is what I'm currently doing. Then when all my accessories are try, I'm going to take my Logia to Tet. Then when my Logia is Tet, I'm going to take all my accessories to Tet. And then I'm done upgrading. So all the black gems I'm getting from gathering this is what it's been spent on now. This is going to drastically increase my life skill mastery. And as you increase your life skill mastery, you're going to get a lot more return on Caphras stones, meats, and black gems from gathering. So for example, at the minute with 700 mastery, I'm getting roughly 50 gems an hour from gathering meats, which is a lot more than what I was getting before. I don't know my Caphras, I don't track my Caphras. And one extra thing I'm going to tell you guys is you don't need stacks to upgrade Logia gear. So the Logia clothes and the Logia accessories, you don't need stacks, but you do need stacks for the tools. So now that that's out of the way, we've woken up, we've decided what we want to go gather, we've gathered it, we've used our gems to try and get our next upgrade in our Logia equipment. And then it's like, okay, you've used your energy, now what are you going to do? For me, I'm going to go grind because I need the silver to get more Caphras. If I didn't need to go grind, I will then come do cooking for my energy to regenerate, and then I'd rinse and repeat. That's basically my daily routine, but there's a couple of things I'm going to add on top of that. I make sure to go to RBF at least once a day on my main character, Hanzo. So I'll go to my RBF, I'd win it, I'd do my darndest to win that RBF, and then once I win it, I would not complete the quest. I'd leave the RBF, join a random RBF that has no one in it with my Shy, complete the quest on my Shy. That would give me a 200 energy regen and 50 dust, which is the equivalent of 10 Caphras stones, just for doing that one RBF, which is very lucrative indeed. And then that can take you back onto gathering. And another thing I'm doing at the moment is there is an event quest in Velia. If you go to the jewelry vendor, so this event, make sure you come to the jewelry vendor every day, accept the quest, then you're going to go to the material vendor, buy some empty bottles, come to a river, You're gonna gather some some river water. Then once you've gathered the river water, you're gonna come to your processing tab, and you're going to filter the river water. This is going to give you a special item that's only here for the event. Once that special item procs, hand it into that jewelry vendor, and that is going to give you another 50 dust, which is another 10 Caphras. That's a lot of Caphras. So every single day, you can get 20 Caphras for pretty much doing very, very little work. Is winning or losing, winning 1 RBF or losing 5 RBFs. And doing that one event quest every single day is going to net you 100 dust, which is the equivalent of 50 Caphra stones. Another thing that I am going to do, let me get my processing back up and running. So another thing I'm going to do is my rifts. So as I'm going around to do my gathering, I'll stop off, I'll make sure I get all my rifts done, keep those rifts complete, because I do want to get the spirit dust from there, and I want to get the rare proc if I can to make a black star from the rift as well. And the last thing I do every day is another event quest. You come to this lady here. I get the gathering quest from her because it's really simple to complete. So Enna, right next to Creo in Velia. So we just have to gather 5 rough stones. I've already got a crappy blue pickaxe equipped. Just run up the coast over here. It's really, really, really simple. If you just come over here, you'll be able to get your rough stone. Usually 2 to 3 gathers is all you need to get your 5. There we go. And then we're going to run back. We're going to hand it into the storage keeper. That's going to give us 5 gems. And then we're going to get the processing quest next. I'll show you in just a minute. This is a really easy source of gems and a concentrated gem every day. Definitely worth your time. Because even if you don't use it, you can just sell it to the central market. So chat to the storage keeper, give him the rough stone. That gives us 5 black gems. I'm going to come back over here. Quest, processing. Now remember, we're gathering at Pilgrim's Haven, and all we need to do is grind down some emeralds. So I think I have to pull it out of my central market. Yep, there it is. So all you need to do is grind down some emeralds, buy it from the central market. If not, just when you're grinding in, when you're grinding in Pilgrims, you're going to get a bunch of these rough emeralds. So you just grind it down to get 3 of the regular emeralds. There we go. Hand those in. And then we get 1 concentrated and 5 black gems for free. So that's basically my daily routine. The final thing is AFK processing, so nice and quick. Every single night or whenever you're going to be AFK for large periods, there's a few things you want to AFK process for the Valencia meal specifically. One is you want to grind some teff to get the teff flour. Another one is potatoes. You're going to grind down your potatoes to get potato flour. And then you're also then going to shake them with water later on. So you can get your teff flour, shake it with water, and that will get you teff dough. And you can also shake water with the potato flour, and that's going to give you regular dough. So those are the items you're going to need to process overnight for the Valencia meals. Now, once you have upgraded all your regular log gear stuff, which I haven't got to yet, once I've done all that, I am going to get probably just a try log gear processing stone for shaking. So I don't need to do this overnight anymore. I can just do like huge batches in like 20 minutes. You could basically do massive batches very quickly. So I'm going to get one for grinding. I'm going to get one for shaking. I'm going to get one for chopping. I think that's probably one for heating. Those are the ones that I'm going to pick up. So then that can cut out your AFK overnight sessions, and you can then use the AFK time from something else, like fishing if you want. But that's it. That is my daily routine in BDO. Very quick summary. I know I've gone through it a few times. Wake up, check your Caphra stones, reorder the Caphra stones, then check your farms, do your farms, go spend your energy on your main life skiller. Once you've spent all your main energy on your main life skiller, go to RBF, win an RBF, grab the 200 energy on your life skiller, not your main character, go spend that energy, and then either cook, either cook if you don't need raw silver, or if you need the raw silver. If I need the raw silver, I'll go on my main character and I'll grind for that silver, and then that's pretty much the end of the day. And do some milk before I go to bed with whatever energy I got left over. Usually Hanzo's energy will go into milk as well. And then that's it. And process my dough, my wheat dough, or my teff dough, slash make my potato flour or my teff flour during the overnight sessions, and cook away. So I'm not making a lot of silver every day, but I'm setting myself up to make easy billions in the future. Hopefully this guide's been helpful for you guys. If there's anything that you think I'm not doing that will help push my silver, please let me know. I'd love to make more money. But anyway, I will catch you guys in the next episode.